This is a fasted training. The last time I took food was more than 8 hours. So it's a good way to improve your tolerance and use your fat. Actually, teach your body to use fat as a source of your energy when you're doing fasted training.
Lagi natin narinig yung fasted training, right? Whether it is you're doing running, cycling, swimming, or even you're not a triathlete, lagi natin narinig yung fasted training. Ngayon, ano ba yung fasted training? Ano ba yung mga benefits na matatanggap natin during fasted training? What is fasted training? Fasted training means magte-training ka nang walang laman yung tiyan mo. So, ibig sabihin, you have an empty stomach at hindi ka kumain ng mga ilang oras. So, ideally, sinasabi nila, it is ideal na gawin during morning, and usually when you do the fasted training, nasa 8-10 hours ka after mo kumain. So for example, magte-training ako bukas ng umaga ng alas 6, then I have to eat my dinner somewhere around 7 to 9 PM ng gabi. And that way, pagkagising ko sa umaga, wala nang laman yung tiyan ko. Ang kondisyon ng katawan ko bukas ng umaga, I will be carbohydrate deflated. So, wala masyadong carbohydrates yung katawan ko. So, the moment ako mag-training, okay, ang katawan ko gagamit siya ngayon ng fats instead of carbohydrates. Now, the purpose of this is that I'm teaching my body to use fats instead of carbohydrates. So, this is fasted training. I mentioned that ideally, magandang gawin yung fasted training during morning. So, let me explain to you why. Okay, what's the comparison between morning and evening? Okay, so let's talk about fasted training during morning. Okay, so kapag nag-training ka sa umaga, kumain ka sa gabi, natulog ka, then you will rest. Pagpahinga ka bago ka mag-training. Ngayon sa gabi naman, kapag magte-training ka, of course, meron tayong trabaho sa umaga. So for example, gising ka sa umaga, eat your breakfast, eat your lunch, and after that, between 12 or 1 PM up to the end of your shift, okay? Most likely, magugutom ka, papagod ka. And kapag gagawin mo yung fasted training sa gabi, and if you eat your lunch during around 12 o'clock to 1 PM, then ideally you can do your fasted training around 8 or 9 PM. Unfortunately, ang mangyayari naman sa'yo nun, medyo pagod ka na. Okay? So that's the difference between doing your fasted training sa umaga kaysa sa gabi. So now, paano magiging malakas ang isang triathlete if he will do fasted training? Okay, number one, it will teach your body to use fat as a source of your energy. Ngayon, ano yung benefits nito? Okay? So what will happen? What will happen? Your body will learn how to use different kind of source of energy. Okay? Your body know how to use your fats and also carbohydrates. And another thing is that you can also use your muscles to fuel you on your race. So ang tendency nun, if we're going to compare two kinds of person, okay? So a person na nagre-rely lang sa carbohydrates during his race, and another person na gumagamit ng fats niya at carbohydrates during the race. Ngayon, kung sa tingin nyo kung sino sa dalawa ang pinaka-effective pagdating sa race, of course, yung pangalawang tao. Bakit? Because this person, okay, he will need less carbohydrates, he will need less gel, because his body knows how to use fat and gel at the same time. Yung unang tao na to, he has no choice but to take gel every other minute. So ang mangyayari dito, sino sa dalawa ang mas magte-take ng maraming gel? Itong pangalawang tao na he knows how to use fats and carbohydrates during the race, or isang tao na to na he only knows how to use carbs during the race. Okay? So that is the advantage. So the reason why bakit ko sinasabi itong it is an advantage because if during the race, okay, as much as possible, we should avoid taking carbohydrates or gels, okay? Anong nangyayari kasi kapag maraming gel ang in-intake mo sa race, okay, there would be a possibility na magkaroon ka ng diarrhea. Pwedeng sumakit yung tiyan mo, okay? There would be a possibility na manghihina ka na and you don't have any carbohydrates sa katawan mo and your body doesn't know how to use your fats as an energy. So mangyari, you have to take gel. At there would be some instances na yung mga triathlete, they're taking gels pero hindi na ina-accept ng katawan nila. So nangyari, they will take gels, magsusuka sila. Okay? So, ano yung magiging situation sa kanila? Either na magtae or they will take gels but their body doesn't want to accept it. Magsusuka sila, so they don't have a choice but to stop the race. Okay? Another thing is that you have the option to take gel and you have the option also to take solid foods para maging source of carbohydrates mo yun. But during the race, okay, especially pagdating sa mga 70.3 race, okay, it's not ideal to take solid food. Bakit? Kasi ang solid food, mas matagal siyang ma-digest. Okay? Kapag matagal siyang ma-digest, ang tendency nun, it will stay on your stomach for a few hours at it will make you run slower. Okay? It will make you slower sa race kasi nga, hindi pa nadadigest. So ideally, if kung ako magte-take ng source of carbohydrates, I'm gonna use gel. Why? Because mas mabilis mag-effects. That's my personal reason. May mga other people na gusto nilang mag-take ng natural food. Okay? So I respect them, but in my decision, in my opinion, okay, I want to use the carbs immediately. And in order for me to use that carbs immediately, okay, then I have to avoid solid foods. Okay? Na kailangan pang i-digest ng katawan ko. First 70.3 race was IM Cebu way back 2018, kailan lang. And I still don't know how to do the fasted training. More on my trainings, I always rely on carbs. So ang nangyari, my nutrition plan is that I'm intended to use so many gel. Okay? Ang dami kong tinake na gel at ang third part of the race, sa run leg ko, sumakit na yung tiyan ko. Okay? And I told this experience to my coach at sinasabi niya, it's the problem if you're taking so many gels kasi there would be a tendency na sumakit yung tiyan mo. So I have no choice during the race. I have to go to the toilet and it took me another 2 to 3 minutes para lang mawala yung sakit ng tiyan ko. And instead of so during that time my run speed is around 147. Okay, so sana kung hindi ako nagkasako ng sakit ng tiyan, mas mababa pa sana because there are times na bumagal talaga ako kasi if I run faster, lalabas na siya. Okay? So another thing is that so aside of 2 to 3 minutes na waste ko sa toilet, okay, I had to run slowly just to control the situation. So you can avoid that situation if you know how to take, if your body knows how to take gel wisely. And you can only take gel wisely if your body also knows how to use fats to fuel yourself sa race. Another benefits of doing fasted training is weight loss. Bakit? Nakakatulong siya na pumayat tayo. So imagine during the training, kapag nagte-training tayo, the only source of energy na ginagamit natin ay fats, okay? So ang mangyayari natin, mas inuuna muna ng katawan natin yung mga excess or extra fats natin sa katawan. So in that way, okay, mas madali tayong pumayat. Kasi ang nangyayari sa atin ngayon, for example, what's the difference between me right now, okay? Magte-training ako, then I'm gonna take carbohydrates. So anong gagawin ng katawan ko? Yung tinake kong gel during the training, yun yung gagamitin ng katawan ko to fuel my training. Okay? Ngayon, tanggalin ko yung gel. I don't have any source of energy. So, ang gagawin niya ng katawan ko, wala siyang kakainin na carbohydrates, wala siyang gagamitin na gel. So my body doesn't have a choice but to use the fats. Okay? And once yung fats ginagamit ng katawan natin, okay? Then bumababa yung timbang natin. Alright, so now pag-usapan natin kung paano gawin yung fasted training. Okay? This example na ibibigay ko sa inyo, this is how I do it. Okay? So there are some other ways to do it, but I just want to share mine. Okay? For example, if you plan to do your training around 6 o'clock in the morning, then you have to eat your dinner somewhere around 8 or 9. Okay, 8 much be better, because the longer fasted training fasted you are, it's gonna be much better. Ideally, sinabi nga nila 8 to 10 hours. If you can maintain 10 hours, that's good. But hindi ganun kadali yun, kasi it depends sa schedule natin. It depends kung anong oras tayo makakauwi sa bahay natin from work. Okay, and to eat dinner. So now, what will happen? Kain ako na alas 8, gising ako na mga alas 5, biyahe ako papunta sa training area ko, then I'll start training around 6 a.m. Okay? Mag-start ako mag-training, okay? I have a very low glycogen stored sa katawan ko. So in that way, I'm forcing my body to use fats para makapag-training ako. Now, sinasabi nila na if you are fasted training, okay, ideally, it's good to do during the low intensity training. But for me, I also do low intensity and high intensity fasted training. So let me discuss to you about low intensity. So the good thing about fasted training, kahit low intensity yung training mo, okay, you're still gonna use fat to fuel your energy. Ang mangyayari nun, okay, for example, weekend, you have a 3 to 4 hours long ride, okay, and I'm gonna start cycling around 6 a.m. and I'm just gonna take water or electrolytes. Electrolytes, I will take electrolytes, but it's gonna be 0 carbohydrates, okay, it's just electrolytes. And for the next 1 hour up to 2 hours, hindi ako magte-take. I'm gonna take on my second hour na magte-training. I'm gonna take gel, okay? Gel or energy bar, okay? Then after that, then I'm gonna take every 30 minutes or 1 hour na gel palagi to complete the 3 to 4 hours of cycling. So that's how I do it. Now, if you notice, magte-take ako ng first carbohydrates ko after 2 hours. So that is my choice. Before I do that, I make sure na trinay ko munang gawin na mag-take ng gel after 1 hour, after 2 hours. Okay, it's a trial and error. Since kaya ng katawan ko na mag-take after 2 hours, then I will take after 2 hours, because the longer you will do that, the more beneficial for you to learn how to use fat as a source of energy. Okay, so that's how we do it on the low intensity training. Now, during weekdays, okay, in order for me to have a very meaningful and quality training during weekdays, because for weekdays we cannot train 3 to 4 hours. Okay, we only have 1 hour, 2 hours, maximum 2 hours. And if I do that, most of the time I'm gonna do a high intensity training. And I still do high intensity training kahit fasted ako. If I do high intensity training during weekdays, then I'll start taking gel on the first hour. Okay? And after that, I will take gels depende sa situation. Okay? Usually, if I do high intensity training during weekdays, okay, it's somewhere around 1 to 2 hours, but most of the time I'll stick to 1.5 hour. Madalang ako mag 2 hours. Medyo lumalagpas ako ng konti ng 1.5 hour, pero most of the time, okay, it's gonna be somewhere around 1.5 hour. So I'm gonna start taking gel on the first hour, okay, and if I need to take another gel, depende sa intensity, another 30 minutes, then I'm gonna take that. So it depends sa intensity, but the purpose is that ang purpose ko doon ay nasasana yung katawan ko, pinupush ko yung sarili ko na train hard, at the same time ginagamit ko yung fats ko as a source of energy. Okay, that you have to be careful. Okay, kailangan kabisado nyo muna yung sarili nyo. Ako, medyo kabisado ko na yung sarili ko, kaya ginagawa ko siya. A long duration but high intensity training. Okay, so kapag gagawin ko yon, okay, I will do fasted training, but then my approach sa pag-take ng gels would be differently. Okay, so ang main purpose ko naman kung bakit ko gagawin yung mga long and high intensity training is to master my effort, race effort, and my nutrition. So for example, this weekend, it's on Friday, I'm gonna have a 90 kilometers time trial, okay, plus a 10k to 15k run, all out. So I can do fasted training during that time, okay, but then hindi ako maghihintay ng another 1 hour para mag-take ng gel. Okay, when I start my training, okay, I'm gonna my race effort, at the same time I'm going to apply yung planned nutrition ko during the race. In that way, manalalaman ko kung kaya ko bang i-sustain yung effort na gusto kong gawin sa race using those source of energy. So again, if I have a high intensity long duration training, pwede pa rin ako mag-fasted training, pero I will not wait for another 1 hour or 2 hours para mag-take ng gel. My approach for taking gels would be differently. Basically, ang gagawin ko, I'm going to simulate my race effort and my nutrition intake. In that way, na-master ko yung nutrition plan ko na pwede kong i-apply at gawin sa race. If we're doing fasted training, laging papasok sa isip natin yung another question na diet. So, ano ba yung diet? Ano ba yung magandang diet na gawin during if you're going to do fasted training? Kung i-apply mo yung fasted training mo sa mga program mo, okay? So, for example, I would like to share my diet na ginawa kapag ako ay nagpa-fasted training, or yung diet na ginagawa ko once I started my training for my big race. Season, lagi akong kahit ano kinakain ko, okay? More on rice ako, marami akong kinakain ng mga carbohydrates, sweets, okay? But I'm still being mindful sa weight ko. Yung fat percent, hindi ko muna siya masyadong iniisip, kasi later on, yung fat percent na yon, kung mag-increase man siya, okay lang, because I'm gonna need those fat percent to survive sa mga intense and training or intense months ko during the training, during the preparation, okay? So off season, kain, walang diet yan. When you say diet, walang specific kang kinakain na food. I eat anything, but I make sure na hindi ako masyadong tataas ng timbang. Kasi kapag masyadong mataas naman yung timbang mo, mahihirapan ka na kapag nag-start na yung training season. So now, training season will start somewhere around end of August or beginning of September, because if you want to race on the local races like sprint or Olympics October, then you have to start training on September. Okay? So now, kapag nag-start na ako mag-training sa September, then I have to change my diet. So, my diet would be low carbohydrates and more on protein. Yun po yung madalas kong kinakain kapag nag-start na ako ng training season. So, for example, ang dami kong example. So, for example, sa gabi, kakain na ako in preparation for my training kinabukasan. So I'm gonna take some food na more on high protein, but kakain ako ng konting kanin. Okay? The diet will be, for example, kumain ako sa gabi. Okay? I'm gonna take my diet would be on protein with a little bit of rice. Okay? During this time of race season, I'm avoiding rice. I'm avoiding any form of carbohydrates. Okay? Pero sa gabi, magtitake ako ng konting rice so that it will help me prepare myself para sa training na gagawin ko bukas. Okay? So even though na magtitake ako ng rice sa gabi, okay, it's gonna be a little bit, hindi ganun kadami na kagaya ng ginagawa ko during off-season. So pagkising ko sa umaga, I will be carbohydrates deflated. Okay? Then magte-training ako. It's either a combination, it's either a high intensity or low intensity. The moment na matapos ako mag-training, okay, immediately I will take my supplement. It is protein shake, low in fats, VACC, then glutamine. Immediately the moment ako matapos mag-training, I'll take this. And after ko mag-training, okay, magbibihis muna ako, then I'll go to office. Once I reach the office, magtitake ako ng breakfast. Usually, ang breakfast ko sa umaga, cereal or muesli, and I will add some nuts like almonds, kasoy, nuts, peanuts, raisins, then milk, okay? Lunch, okay? My breakfast would be protein pa rin, more on beans. Okay? Bakit beans kesa sa meat? Kasi of course, yung beans mas mura kesa sa meat. If I have money, then I'll take meat. Okay? But then, since ang diet ay medyo magastos din siya, kaya nga ginagawa ko lang siya during race season, okay? Then, I'll just focus on beans. Dati, ginagamit ko yung kidney beans, but I switched to chickpeas. Okay? Mas masarap yung kidney beans. Masarap din naman yung chickpeas, pero mas mura yung chickpeas. So I would like to add some of the benefits na na-experience ko nung ginagawa ko yung diet na to. Okay? So, number one, since I'm eating more on protein, okay, mas mabilis ako makarecover. Mas naiiwasan ko yung injury. Okay? And mas lumalakas ako dahil since it is more on protein, mas nadidevelop yung muscles natin. And once na ma-develop mo yung muscles mo, then that's the time that you will become strong. Because in order for you to be a strong triathlete, in order for you to swim faster, bike faster, run faster, you need to use your muscle. You need to have a developed muscle, okay? And in order for you to help your muscle grow and become strong is by eating the right food, which is protein. Another benefit na matatanggap mo is that when you're doing high protein diet is that mas maganda yung effect sa'yo ng carbo loading. Bakit? Kasi since we are avoiding carbohydrate for most of the time, okay, once na mag-carbo loading tayo, okay, mas nararamdaman ng katawan natin yung tulong ng carbohydrate sa atin during the race. Okay? I hope na meron kayo natutunan ngayon. If you have any question, just let me know. If you have reaction or suggestion, also let me know. You can just always write down in the comments below.